many individuals and organizations who are taking up this intentional conversations and talking about diversity and inclusion and trying to understand our neighbors. What makes Breaking Bread any different? Why do we need another conversation or another group to have these conversations?
Personally, I think it's not about this group.
Okay.
Like, we're actually, again, creating a platform to hopefully encourage everyone outside of this group here to have a conversation and, in fact, share that conversation with us on our Facebook channel, on our IG channel. If it's questions, if it's something you're dealing with, if it's something you want to send to us in an inbox, and you just want to get the pulse of the people, we're actually opening up this group. That's what this is about, so that people feel like we're all a part of it, that it's not just us trying to impact change, it's us with you trying to impact change. So that's it for me.
Yeah, I don't think there are going to be too many spots for it. I think, quite frankly, there aren't enough places. And I think, hopefully, what Breaking Bread creates, kind of as Joe said, is that safe place, one of the many. And I think we want to champion others that are also having these conversations. I think the big piece for us, and Darren's kind of said at the beginning, our goal isn't to hit a home run. We don't want to be the only conversation in town. We want to be one, hopefully, of the many conversations. And as hopefully this movement grows, more voices come to the table, bringing more perspectives, bringing more understanding, and then hopefully, as a result, the community is strengthened, and we all start to get better insight to how our fellow neighbors are doing and what they think about things, and ultimately creating the communities that we want.
I just want to be in a history book. No,
right there at the very footnote, right? So I want you all to kind of go with me on a journey. Let's pretend we can see into the future. It's 5 years from now. What has happened with Breaking Bread?
I'm in my 40s.
You are?
I'm a grown man.
Extra.
I'm retired.
Okay.
I'm joking. I would like to see chapters. I would like to see people in other cities trying, seeing what we're doing and applying this to their city and affecting their communities and their homes and their cities. I think that would be awesome. And that's been my... Yeah. From the beginning, I thought that.
Yeah, I think, honestly, wherever God wants to take this thing, right? And I think one of the things that I really have tried to be, obedient is we don't own the results, right? So ultimately, at the end of the day, we are committed to the cause. And if you were to tell me a year and a half ago that we would even be doing this, I would have been like, yeah, right. I try not to let my thoughts and my vision drive where I think this can go. I'm along for the journey. So however long we need to have this conversation, I'm committed to the cause. So kind of to Darren's point, I think it'll be awesome to be able to bring these type of conversations to other communities.
So you've talked about your desire to have these conversations spread beyond this room and this group. How can people get involved? How can they have their own Breaking Bread, bursting bubbles conversation?
So I think the easiest is to join our conversations that we have. We're actively launching conversations using this platform. So this video will be the first of many to come throughout the course of the year. The goal is once a month initially to bring a conversation to the table. And really the challenge to us as a team are we really want the next ones to be a live stream. So then people can really engage in the conversation in real time. We have to work out the technical pieces of doing that, but that is the goal and aspiration. We have an Instagram page, Breaking Bread Ohio, and then our email is breakingbreadohio@gmail.com. We also have a Facebook group, so any of those platforms will bring you directly to the table. Rob Smith, you can pretty much find me. I'm not going to give out my telephone number because I hope that's not smart, but if you want to get me, you can get at me.
Yeah. And after watching this video, feel free to put questions on our page. Join our pages, Facebook, Instagram, and begin the conversation. You don't have to wait for us to launch the next video or do the next live stream. Feel free to ask the question, and we can use that platform, Facebook and Instagram, but mostly Facebook, to have that conversation in our group. And also, don't forget to support the cause. We do have shirts. Sweatshirts, t-shirts. We also have, books, pens, lapel pins. That link is online. It will be somewhere on Facebook on our Breaking Bread Ohio Instagram or Facebook site.
And to speak about that, so the money that we're raising is actually twofold. The first and foremost is to help us as we continue this journey of becoming an official nonprofit and trying to bring these type of conversations to more platforms. Right now, we're currently a grassroots organization, I guess you would say, but the goal is to get to a place that we are an official nonprofit so that we don't have those barriers of entry to bring the conversations to as many tables as we can. And then the second is to really support programming that we're trying to do. So how do we do innovative opportunities to engage and bring conversations to the table as opposed to some of the more panel-ish things. So we want to be creative and innovative. So the money that we're raising is actually going to be used again for the nonprofit application that we're going to be doing hopefully later on this year, as well as doing programming.
That's 100%
yes,
of the money.
100%.
100% isn't to make us rich, but to actually use to do some of the things we're talking about.
And actually, I think you can bust a bubble right now. I mean, you don't have to wait for a formal invitation to include yourself in conversation. I think that you can do that right now, this very moment. And it starts with just a conversation and an open mind. I'm sorry.
And if you happen to decide to burst a bubble and have a breaking bread type conversation, share that with us too. Please email or put it on Facebook and talk about the conversation that you had, what the topic was, how it went, how you felt after it. Get a shirt, wear your shirt, and then when someone asks you what it's all about, it's not about doing dishes. It's about bursting bubbles and making people think in a different way. Again, making people a little bit uncomfortable, but that's okay. Sometimes we have to be uncomfortable in order to get to that comfortable place.
#BreakingBread, #Let's Talk.